Okay guys, so we're gonna practice Asia scoring. So this is a reminder for you to just know how to determine the neurological level of injury and if they are Asia A, B, C, or D. So here we have this Asia scale and it already has the scores. So the first thing you should know is that it's better if you go in order, because when I was practicing this, I was just like all over the place and it was just very confusing. So what you can do is you always need to separate this as your motor and your sensory levels, okay? So the motor level, we start at the right side. So on the motor level, we're gonna go down and we'll find the first non-5. So here we're gonna go down and okay. So here's my first non-5. Now, this will be your motor level for this side if the level above is a 5. So here in this case, my motor level for the right side is C6, okay? If let's say I have C6, like let's say a 3, and the level above is a 4, that is not gonna be my level. So the level needs to have a 5 above, okay? So here's C6 on the right. If we go to the left, okay, so here I'm gonna look for my first non-5, so go down, okay, here. Now then I ask, is the level above a 5? Yes, so then my motor level on the left side is also C6, okay? So here I'm gonna do something like this. Just because underneath I have the answers, I don't wanna see them. So I'm gonna do something like C6 on the right, C6 on the left. Okay. Now let's look at the sensory levels. So the sensory levels are going to be where you find 2s on both sides. So I'm gonna kind of go down. Okay, where do I have two 2s? Okay, this one, because everything below is 0. Okay. So then my sensory level here is T2. Okay, let's go to the other side where my last, so my sensory level on the left side is T3. Okay, so right T2, left T3. So we're gonna write it down, right T2, left T3. Now from these, I need to pick the highest level. So the highest level means the highest level on the spine. So then my neurological level of injury would be C6. Now the next part is determining if it's Asia A, B, C, or D. Now Asia A, we know that here we find the noon, right? We're not gonna have voluntary anal contraction and we're not gonna have the deep anal pressure. So then we know that this is not Asia A, okay? So now B, C, and D is what's left. B, it's when there is no voluntary anal contraction. So since this is yes, we know that this might not be Asia B. Another thing that makes it Asia B is when there is no motor function 3 levels below the level of the injury. So, I mean, here we have motor, but you know, we don't know if here there might be some motor. But since we do have the voluntary anal contraction, this tells us that it's not Asia B. So now we're left with Asia C or D. For Asia C, we need to have less than half of the muscles below the level of injury have to have a grade of less than 3. So that means 0, 1, and 2. For Asia D, you have to have at least half of the muscles with a grade of more than a 3 or a 3. So here, if we go to our neurological level, which is C6, we see that we have some 3s, 2s, but then we have all 0s. So these are all grades. More than half of the muscles are less than 3. On this side, we have 1, 3, and then the rest is 2 and 0. So this makes it Asia C, because more than half of the muscles below the level of the injury are a grade less than 3. Okay, so here you can see it. I'm gonna zoom out. So you see level of the injury, C6, Asia C, and incomplete.